Hello Wonders and everyone else, thank you for watching. So our game was released 2 weeks ago. Oh wow, it's been already 2 weeks. And although I am pretty happy that the game is live now and you get to play the game, I am going to be honest and admit that this game currently has some issues. Oh no! You might already know about these problems if you played the game, and in this video I am going to show you, I guess you can say, like the bad parts about the game and how I hopefully fixed and improved all of them. After releasing the game, I have been reading all of your reviews and feedback. And one of the main problems that I found about the game was that the controls seemed very challenging. For example, this user said that it was very difficult to change the direction with joystick. Another user also mentioned that the movement was difficult, game is pretty hard, which I think is due to the difficult movement problem. Here's another review that says, very difficult controls, always cracking the egg. And also on my Discord server, people mentioned that the difficulty level was too high, and whoa, that egg is pretty thick. Anyway, the reviews on Apple App Store seem pretty good, and I'm thankful for everyone who left reviews and feedback. But I need to consider a lot of other users who didn't leave reviews and probably thought that the game was difficult as well. A fun way that I can verify that people are not enjoying the game is through this data here on Unity Analytics, where it shows you the number of daily active users and the number of eggs collected. On average, it seems that on the first day of release, each player was able to collect an average of only 3 or even less eggs. This is pretty low. However, on the next day, it gets better. Players were able to collect 15 or less eggs, but from there and afterwards, the amount of eggs collected dropped, as well as the number of users. This tells me a couple of things, but the conclusion is that probably the game has problems. Probably the game has problems? That's a weird way to say it. There is some truth to that because thankfully, a lot of you have been telling me why the game is frustrating to play, so I collected all of those feedback and I spent the last week improving the game as much as I could. I first went ahead and revisited the problem that a lot of you had, which was the movement system. Originally, since the egg is supposed to roll around, I thought it made sense that the egg slid a little bit when players made it move. Unfortunately, it seems that this is frustrating players when they're trying to change the egg's direction. So in order to fix this, I tried to make the joystick more precise in controlling the movement. In order to achieve this, I first raised the sensitivity of joystick by making the range of joystick lower. Previously, you had to drag the button of joystick pretty far, and as a result, the egg reacted a bit slow. I made the button of joystick larger and decreased the joystick range to support with quick change in direction. I think this maybe made a small improvement with better movement controls, but I wanted something better, so I fiddled around with the movement script as well. I think this is making the movement control definitely better, but oh, this is not working at all. Whoa, what happened there? What? I'm very curious now about the egg's whereabouts. I'm gonna find this egg. I don't know where it went. Oh my gosh. Why is the egg all the way over here? It dropped a leaf over there. So after trying to change the script, I decided that I am definitely not touching the script anymore. So alternative fix that I chose was basically enlarging the game scene for better maneuverability. I decreased the size of beans and obstacles like this. I also decreased the size of basically everything in the game except for the environment. As a result, maybe it's hard to notice, but now there is basically a bigger space to maneuver your egg. One thing that I was iffy about was since I decreased the size of egg, and we actually have an upgrade that makes the egg smaller, I was afraid that the egg was going to turn into like a tiny black dot. I think the egg is really tiny and it's okay. There's not much problem as far as right now. Next, another fix that I did, I made an embarrassing typo where I forgot to put 2 L's and collect the eggs. So I quickly fixed that, and then, ooh, yeah, this is a bad bug. But apparently the animation was not rotating the egg's collider. As a result, it seems that the egg is rolling around just fine. But if you check its collider, the collider is not moving at all. What? This bug was actually reported by not the godly egg, but the true godly egg. And when I saw this, I was actually very horrified. I fixed this issue now, and I also re-verified all of the other colliders as well, so there shouldn't be any collider related problems anymore. Hopefully. After I was done squashing bugs, I didn't want to just update the game with improvements, so I built a boss system. To start off, I created a script and placed some placeholders to test things out. From the menu, when you reach a certain top score, you will unlock a special boss to fight. When you press play, you will enter a room that will connect you to the boss room. Obviously, this is just a regular bean, not the boss bean. To defeat the boss, you have to collect a certain number of eggs, and when you collect all of them, you'll be rewarded with additional eggs. I made the boss system infinitely playable so that it's not just over after one gameplay. Each time you beat the boss, the top score required to challenge the boss will increase as well as the number of eggs required to kill the boss. My long-term plan for this boss system is to, of course, add additional crazy evil bosses so that you can keep challenging them whenever you want, forever. And once the boss system was good to go, I worked on the art assets. I wanted the boss room to feel a bit dangerous, I guess. So instead of drawing like grasses and using soft colors like green, I filled the terrain with rocks and soils and used dry color like brown. Then I sketched the boss bean. This bean is supposed to be the leader of brown beans, and its difficulty level is going to be very low. This is because it's the first boss that you will encounter. I sketched around a little bit, and in the end I decided on this weird looking monster. When I was done animating the boss bean, I made its sound effect. Boah. 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 I just simply lowered my voice pitch, and I think this will do. Boah. I also made a music for the boss battle. I wasn't actually planning to make one, but the boss battle felt weird with the normal BGM. Yeah, the main game music sounds too, peaceful. Eventually, I was finally done tackling all of these tasks down, and the boss battle was ready to go. I am going to make more powerful bosses in the future, so I hope this first boss is going to be pretty easy to beat. If you want to try out the game and the boss battle, feel free to do so right now because the game has been updated and released. If the game is still too difficult, or maybe there are other hidden bugs, please feel free to let me know. I will fix them right away. And I think this is it for today. Thank you so much for watching. As always, and stay tuned for the next update.